Our next competitor is Christopher McCoy from the School of Accountancy. His presentation is entitled, "Do Strategic Earnings Disclosures Mislead Investors?"
I think what this competition means to me is it's a legacy. Our school has had a person in the finals. Our accounting department has had a person in the final the last 3 years. So it was really important to me to preserve that legacy. So I'm proud to be able to kind of continue that tradition.
Every dollar you have is at risk. Whether you're a large Wall Street investor or you're shoving all your money under your mattress, your wealth and potentially even your job is dependent on the health of financial markets. Financial markets, such as the stock market, are healthy when the information in them can be trusted, when it's not misleading. We all saw this firsthand during the Great Recession, when misleading information helped fuel that cycle of speculation and risk-taking that led to so many losses for investors and so much unemployment. In my research, I look at a modern practice that might be misleading investors. It's my hope that my research can be used by investors in decision-makings to help keep all of our dollars less at risk. At the end of every year, companies release their financial information to the public. This information represents an important news disclosure for companies. If the financial performance information, such as their profits or their sales figures, fails to exceed the expectations of markets, like in the first column, then their stock price for the company tends to decrease. However, if the company's performance can exceed the expectations of markets, then their price tends to increase, like in the second column. When companies present their information, they have options on how they can present it. They can follow the basic best practices of accounting, called the Generally Accepted Accounting Principles, or GAAP. But companies can also release firm-specific, customized information that doesn't follow those basic accounting rules. We call that information non-GAAP information. The purpose of that non-GAAP information is to allow firms to present more company-specific and transparent disclosures that are relevant to investors. However, what I've found in my research is that typically companies use that information to inflate their financial performance, to make their performance look better. So I wanted to examine specifically what happens in column C, where the company is using that non-GAAP information specifically to exceed their financial targets. So using historically available data and a mathematical model, I look at the association between the strategic use of non-GAAP information and a firm's stock price. And what I found in my research is that that firm typically gets a positive market reaction. Their stock price typically increases. However, since I'm using historical data, I can track over time what happens to those companies. And what I find is in the years after this strategic use of non-GAAP information, firms tend to do very poorly financially. So that's why this practice is misleading. Companies are able to show short-term results that are positive that kind of hide the long-term trends down profitability. So it's my hope that investors and regulators can use my research to better understand this misleading practice in order to help keep all of our dollars less at risk. Thank you.
I don't think I would have done anything differently. I probably wouldn't have spent so much time today, kind of worrying about it. I think I would have probably, eaten a full lunch and not been so nervous today. But I think I prepared as much as I wanted to and everything.